Okay, last minute and a half here. Just rolling the legs over, bringing it up now to your 5 out of 10 feeling, 50% number. Nice, comfortable cadence, just rolling into this. And we're going to do a little bit of a through and off kind of warm up for the structured part. Still comfortably at our conversational pace, let's say. Starting it out at 50%, and then we're going to just bring it up a couple times using cadence, touching our 70%, which is the low end of our functional threshold, most of us. Getting into it, sort of like the onset of building that lactate. A little different for everybody based on a whole bunch of factors, but start to feel at 70%, most of us. A little clipped in the conversation, trying to put words together. It's where we're not having as much oxygen readily accessible to be able to do the work. And the oxygen helps us clear that lactate so that you can keep building. So we're all learning where those feelings are, those numbers are. For us individually, the numbers always help to confirm, reinforce. Hopefully they're changing and growing as they're going along. So right now, just anywhere in that preferred cadence range, 90 to 105. I'm just around the mid-90s myself. 50% of your MAP, not your FTP. 50% of your max number. So that's an easy one to calculate. And we're just going to roll along, do some little pushes in the cadence, bringing up the watts. And still keeping it at that warm-up pace for the next little bit. Just building, getting the wood out of the legs. And as I say often, really important to understand what your rate of warm-up is, and also how that can change based on different factors. And some of us naturally warm up quickly, some of us naturally warm up slowly. So we're going to do our first little increase in cadence from this light gear. Do a little top to bottom, relax the face, shoulders, all the way down through your center. And in 15 seconds, I'm going to have you bring it up 5 RPM. It's going to give you another 20 watts or so. 15. And here we go. In 2, 1, up, up. Roll the leg speed up. Gonna hang on to it for 30 seconds. And we're gonna bring it back down again in 5, 3, 2, down. 50%. It's pretty muggy here where we are this morning. So if you're in the same kind of environment right now, get some cooling on you. Fans, windows open. Don't want to be uncomfortable. That was another thing when we were doing the climbing efforts, was muggy, wet, muggy, all kinds of great things all at once. I know we have Coach Ted doing his actual effort this weekend. Very cool. I'll send everyone a reminder on that. We'll watch some social media posts throughout the day. He's doing it on a fairly small climb at Whistler. We'll talk about that in a second. Bring it up again. 2, 1, 10 RPM this time. A little bit more leg speed. In our efforts today, we are doing little wind-ups from our climbing effort. So getting used to the activation while we're in an easy gear. Holding on to a little bit longer this time. Another 15 seconds. Good, eyes up. Last 5. And bring it down. Back down to your comfortable cadence. Every time you do that, you feel the legs relax a little bit. They've touched a zone, coming back. Comfortable cadence. All right, we're gonna bring it up to our 60% using gear. So a little bit more push behind the pedals. Comfortable cadence while you're bringing it up. Do that for me right now. In 2, 1, give me a little gear. 60% number. Click it up, turn it up, app it up, and settle in. A little bit more push behind the feet. Break things up into little parts. Think about the pressure changing against your pedals. All those kinds of things that you can use as tools when you're out on the bike. All right, just hold it right here for a little bit before we do an increase in cadence. Coach Ted is going to do his Everest climb on Stonebridge at Whistler. So it's a short climb. It's going to be lots of efforts. If you're in the neighborhood, it'd be great to get out and give him a cheer. But he's chosen to do something that's efficient, the steepest pitch he can get, and working on the same kind of philosophy as we had for our guys who did it from the team. All right, everyone, 5 RPM. Bring it up for me. In 2, 1, up, up. Try not to rock and roll. Everybody's got enough core development by now. Can hold yourself nice and steady on the bike. We use core so much more in cycling than we realize. Hopefully you're working on some of that using Shannon's videos somewhere else. In 2, 1, drop the cadence back to your 60% number. Strong through the feet, everyone. Thinking about the circles. I was at the physio the other day, and of course he made me do a bunch of one-legged hopping. We all know how important that is. We all know how much we love to do that in front of people if we haven't been working on it. In the middle of the physio gym. Pretty awesome. But think about all those explosive activities, how important they are for our cycling. Not just the sports that we think of as being explosive. We're talking about tennis, things like that. Okay, 10 RPM. A little bit longer this time. You're going to be popping it close to your 70% doing this. In 2, 1, roll it up. Good job, everyone. Should be there by now. 30 more seconds like this. Drop the shoulders, open the chest, nice straight back. Good. Looking good there, everybody. Another 10 seconds in a little bit. Hold it right there. And dropping it back down in 2, 1. Back down to your 60%. Find it again. Reminder, this isn't around your endurance pace. And spend a lot of time at this output. Get used to the feelings. Get used to feeling when you're here. All right, we're gonna bring it right back. 5 seconds, just a little bit of easy. 2, 1, back the gear off. Back it down to easy. 50% and under. Well, we're doing a big chunk of work today. We've talked about the big climbing day concepts, challenges. When we're doing a lot of meters of climbing, when we're doing multiple days of climbing, all of which our riders aspire to do, whether it's in an event, in a trip, in a challenge like ours right now. So just a reminder, we're talking in terms of riding at a 65 to 70% effort for a big climb like this. It doesn't sound hard, and in the beginning, it isn't. But the cumulative climbing, the big days, if you're doing it as a big event, some of you have done days in the Alps, big events like some of the European tours that they create to be able to expose everyone to things like the Tour de France climbs. They really build on you. So we're learning to dance around that threshold of our functional threshold power, which is what we can do as hard as when we go as hard as we can for an hour. So we're doing our efforts today just on the cusp of that. Some of you have a good 75% of your MAP as your hour power. Elite riders, a little bit more than that, but everybody at around 70 to 75%, somewhere in that zone. We're going to be doing these increases of a minute, just what we were doing in the warm-up, where you're bringing up the power using cadence. So you're challenging it, you're coming back to it. We're going to do this for a 9-minute block, which is quite a while, and then you're going to have a little break, and we're going into a higher work effort piece with more relaxed recovery. So this part is 3 times rotating through at 2 minutes. 2 minutes at that 70%. You can go 70 to 75%. I've said 70. And then 1 minute pushing it up using cadence, and then coming back again to this. We're going to use 3 different cadences all around our optimal climbing and a little bit over into more efficient for a flat. 2 minutes, 70%, 70 RPM. 1 minute, pushing up the cadence, bringing up the effort. The next 2 minutes, going back to that 70%, but now at an 80 cadence. Another minute, pushing it up. The last 2 minutes, at 90 cadence, 70%, doing the same thing. Okay? So let's get ready to go into this in 20 seconds. Have a sip of water. Find your 70 cadence. So dropping it down from where I am, bringing the gear up. In 5 seconds, we're starting the first time through. So bring the gear up. Here we go. 70 to 75%. You're choosing a little bit in there at your 70 cadence. And we're into it now. We're into the first 2 minutes. Strong through the feet. Lower end of our efficient climbing cadence. What we've been working on for the climbing challenge. Thinking about being around here. Let's make sure we're solid on that effort. This is higher than what we would expect to do a whole day at, or a whole big climb at. Higher in effort. For some of us, 65 to 70 is where we're talking about. I know when I was climbing with people, we did a big block on the miserable day on the weekend. Everybody seemed really comfortable talking, so that was a good cue that they were well within their range. Hold it right here. You've got just over 30 seconds before we do anything different, and that's going to be a cadence increase. Good, keep it at this 70 RPM. Another 30 seconds, just about. A little bit less now, 20. Awesome job, you guys. Hold on to it. Think about the circles. Eyes up. We're going to do the first increase in cadence. In 3, 2, 1. Bring it up 5 to 10 RPM. Wind it up. Keep it in control. Relax the shoulders. Focus on where you're going. Imagine this is a little push up to either a visual landmark that you've sighted or a person. Or if you really just want to look at your computer for a minute, we can be doing that as well. 30 more seconds. Up, up. Into this rhythm. Into this rhythm. This is a good exercise because you've pushed it up in this gear. Close to or at an 80 cadence. Now back the gear off a little bit. Hold the cadence. 80 RPM. Back to that 70 to 75%. I'm backing my gear off a little bit. I'm holding my gear, holding my cadence, sorry. Good job. Into our first 30 seconds, 2 minutes. This is a little step up through our cadences. Recover, recover. Hold it right here. Really good, everyone. You've got that cadence now locked in. Got a bit more than a minute still before we do our next increase. This feels a bit more comfortable, I think. A bit more momentum, a bit more velocity, generating the power. Getting back to where you feel like you could speak. Really good, guys. Think about those circles. Think about that strong, even pedal stroke all around 360 degrees. Looking where you're going. And another 30 seconds like this. Turning it over at 20 pedal strokes every 15 seconds. Right here. Next, push up, 5 to 10 RPM. Pushing up towards 90 RPM. Holding the gear means the watts are gonna come up. Making that adjustment. If you have a smart trainer, you need to do it with your app in 2, 1, up, up. Bring it up. Holding it for 2 minutes. Sorry, holding it for 1 minute. Right here, guys. Play around with the hand position if you want. Now generating the power at a good RPM range for a flat. Low grade. 15 seconds. Okay, team, 10 more. You're gonna hold your cadence. We're gonna drop the wattage number a little bit, back to 70 in 2, 1. Get a little bit of gear off. Good, steady, focus, climb. Now your grade. Maybe if you're somewhere here locally, something like Seymour, you get to a piece where the grade really comes off quite a bit. You get to use a bit more leg speed, but we want to stay at that 70-75% output in the power. A little bit clipped if we try and talk. Your power at this effort feeling might have come up a bit in the time we've been doing these sessions. Almost a minute done. Almost a minute done. Keep your eyes on the prize. I like to pick landmarks or people if they're there. Think about maintaining my distance or even closing it in. It's always been a way I try and motivate myself to keep committed to my task. You've got 30 more seconds here, and then there's 1 more increase. Come on, guys. Focus on your feet. Focus on that cadence. Manageable effort right here. 15 more seconds. You're gonna bring up the effort with this cadence increase. This is the last one for 1 minute. 3, 2, come on. Roll it up. 5 to 10 RPM. Last time on this pitch. Keep it going. Learning how to use increases in power. Doing it different ways. Get that leg speed mastered first, and you can bring in some gear. Got the turnover, you got 30 more seconds, come on. Push, push. Up around 100 RPM, close to it. Last 20 seconds. Good build here, come on guys. Think you can, think you can. Get through this last 10 seconds. Keep it relaxed. Driving forward. In 3, 2, 1. You're backing off to 50%. Any cadence is comfortable. Recover, recover. Keep a little bit of push behind the pedals. Okay, have a little drink. You're gauging how quickly you come back. That was a 9-minute step piece. Now, we're going to revert to doing some harder pushes for 2 minutes with completely easy off. I explained this to someone the other day who didn't want to take the rest in between the efforts. Very different doing this and then now doing this with a big break of a minute. But the effort here for the 2 minutes is quite a bit harder. So you're going to build yourself up to that mentally. Mike, you're with us? Good. Awesome. Okay. Just over 30 seconds. Just over 30 seconds. We're going back to our climbing cadence. 70 to 80 is your range. And you're doing this effort of 2 minutes right here. 2 minutes, 85% number. 70 to 80 cadence. So find that cadence right now. This is a big hard one for 2 minutes. Start bringing the gear up. We're going in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 2 minutes, right up and over that functional threshold. This is not something you can hold for an hour. Come on now, big push. Get the shoulders down, strong through the feet. 2 minute steep pitch. If you want to think about it that way, road kicked up. Trying to keep a good, strong effort. Got another minute 15. Come on, guys. 3 times we're going to do this. Get it in the books. Get it in the books. Okay, guys. Second minute. Keep it strong. Play around with your cadence if you want. Achieve that big, high number. Another minute. 45 seconds. You're almost done. Come on, guys, shoulders down. Driving it forward. Own that gear. Push, push, push. Come on. Take it all the way with me. 30 more seconds. Eyes up. Little fierce. This is hard. Last 15 seconds. We're not going to push it in to the next minute. I want you to get full recovery. Okay? Here we go. Coming up to 5, 3, 2, and back it right off. Easy, easy, easy. Imagine you made it over the crest into a downhill. Recover, recover. You're with your little group on a downhill, getting to use the grade to give you some extra recovery. Think to yourself, recover, recover. As you get fitter, better at this, you're all fit. But as you get better at this, you're going to really see that come down and in your heart rate come down. You know your power's down. Doing this properly. All right, 70 to 80 cadence again. We're going into our second one, and we have 3 of these. Gear up, back to that nasty 85%, in around there. We're into our second 2 minutes. Here we go, come on. Everybody get their jam on. Push, push. Big, strong push through the feet. Might not see the number right away. About there right now. Best part of 90 seconds still left. Keep it turning, keep it turning. Come on. Drive those pedals around. Work that steep hill. Or it's just a high pace. Both ways you'll be generating more watts. Generating a harder effort to make it happen. You got 60 seconds left. Hold on to that cadence. Hold on to that gear. Really good, guys, come on. Let your ankles move. Pull through. Really strong on the bottom of the pedal stroke. Hold on to that power. Gonna get a break again. Coming up in 30 seconds. Just over. Awesome. Come on, strong through the center. All the power going into the pedals. Pushing down in the pedal, power stroke. Pulling up and around decisively. 15 seconds. A little bit of nasty terrain on the mountain bike, maybe gravel bike. Just trying to power through it. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. 1 minute. Take that sliding space. Recover, recover. Use your cadence. Click through your gears. Nicely done. Nicely done. 1 more of those. Oh. Good job. Everyone knows, hard to do on the bike. Even harder than when we're out in the hail. Indoors. Okay, 70 to 80 cadence again. This is the last time through this. We're on our 3rd time. Going back to that hard place, 85%. And you're getting a break before the next set. Here we go. 70 to 80 cadence, 85%. Bring up the gear. 2 minutes to go. Push, push, push. Use all those positive, confidence-building words, little mantras that you've developed for yourself. You're envisioning that awesome climber that you want to emulate, or just taking in all those feelings of power and driving forward. Here we go, come on. Push, push. Hold on to that number. Don't cheat on it. This is the last time through. 1 more set after this, come on. Come on, Marta. Turn it over, turn it over. 60 seconds to go. Let's drive up to that next kilometer post, our little imaginary finish line. Think about how good this feels to be strong and powerful on this climb. Come on, everyone. Everyone's legs hurt. Shut up a bit, hey? Just over 30 seconds. Right through to our finish line. Come on. Drive it. 3 minutes easy after this. Little more. Little more. Take it right past the finish line. Never before our finish line. Never let up before the finish line. Here we go, come on. Last 10 seconds. All the way. Last 5. 3, 2, and let it go now. Easy, easy, easy. Get that break. Get that break. So that was my conversation with one of our riders. I'm formerly a swimmer, so we talked just about similar concepts of going hard and taking a break. It's easy to sort of relate the rest portion. Anyone who's ever done swimming efforts or just been trying to get into swimming and get the laps together, but you know, you stop and hang on the wall from time to time. Give yourself that break. Try and think of it a little bit like that when you're doing your recovery in between efforts. It should feel really easy. It helps you regenerate and get to building the hard efforts. And we talk, I think I have mentioned this before, but you know, talking to some of the riders and the support people and coaches around the riders riding at the highest level now for the upcoming Tokyo Games. You have 90 seconds, still easy. And one constant with the road racers is their ability to build resistance to fatigue, and over the course of an event, over the course of hours, be able to do multiple pushes, multiple hard efforts, and then of course still having some at the very end, when as an endurance event, it all kind of comes down to the final ride to the line. But all of these things help us build that in our own little repertoire for our own long rides, our own events. And we all know what it feels like projecting that there's a hard climb or a hard segment at the end of a long event or a long ride that we're doing. Feels good to know that you've built up the ability to still push these hard efforts with fatigued legs. We'll be excited to watch how Michael Woods can put it together in Tokyo. First time we've had a man for years since Steve Bauer capable of a medal at the Olympic Games. Talk about that a little bit more afterwards. Here we go. We're into our top again. 9 minutes. Bring it down to 70 cadence. Up to your 70 to 75%. Here we go. Starting it in 5. And we're on. 2 minutes. 70 cadence. Those of you who can push it up to 75%, do so. If 70 is deliverable and doable, keep it right there. I want you to achieve the effort. Build your confidence. Good job, everyone. Kind of our recommended low end for our long, long climbing days in cadence at 70 RPM. And right kind of in the middle towards the top end of where we're recommending the effort would be when we're working on our intervals. We could pop that up a bit higher. You're 1 minute in, not changing anything, doing little mental checks. Got a little bit of fatigue in your legs now. Second time through. Right at that 70 RPM. Remember to practice drinking. Last day we were out riding, it was raining, and really hard to remember to take in water, but you have to remember to hydrate. The water dropping on your body isn't hydrating you, even though it tends to make you think that you are, or you don't need to drink. You've got 10 more seconds, you've got 10 more seconds starting now with a minute to go. Almost at a minute to go. Holding on to this number. Locked right in. Take this opportunity to keep checking in with your body. We're avoiding rolling over the bike. Those of you doing your climbs off-road, you're going to have more full body activation, but still pays to keep yourself calm and not a lot of wasted energy in movement you don't need. Okay? Almost at that 2 minutes in, you're going to do that increase in cadence, 5 to 10 RPM, and then we're going to hold that cadence for the next 2 minutes. Getting ready to go. Holding the gear right now, so you're going to have an increase in effort. All right, guys, 1 minute. Starting in 2, 1, 5 to 10 RPM. Up, up. Right up to 80 RPM if you can. It's a big increase in your power. Come on, guys, almost halfway through. halfway. Focus, relax. You're still at a good crisp climbing cadence, not over. Very doable. Very efficient. Can you get to back the gear off? Coming up in 5 seconds. And you're gonna hold the cadence. 80 RPM. In 2, 1, 80 RPM. Backing it off now so that you're at 70 to 75% effort. Watts. Recover, recover from that push. Settle in. Good, eyes up. Play around with that hand position on your bike. If you do want to stand, a few pedal strokes. I know I do a lot when I want to just change it up. Sometimes get a little bit feeling like I'm crampy on my seat. Long climbs. Get used to what feels good for you. All right, 1 minute in. Hold that 80 cadence. Keeping the pressure on the pedals the same. So at the end of the men's road race in Tokyo, there's a climb about 6K, between 10, 18%. So at the end, after 200 kilometers, that's what they're going to be duking it out on. So mindset is for them to get there and then be ready for the fight, for the guys that can do it. Mike Woods is one of them. He's shown over and over again he's capable on that sort of pitch, but he has to get there in good shape. Okay, here's our increase. 5 to 10 RPM. In 2, 1, up, up. Settle into it. Some of us feel a little better at this cadence. A whole minute. Whole minute. Come on. Keep the focus. Keep the self-talk positive. Always think you can. You're probably right. Right here. Push, 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 push. Come on. Eyes up. Eyes up. Look where you want to go. You're going to drop the gear a little bit. You're going to hold the cadence at 90. In 2, 1. Here we go. Last 3 minutes. Big build here. Recover. Recover. You're back closer now to your climbing output. You gave that push. When your breathing comes back to feeling okay, have a little drink. Really good. So the rest of the makeup of the men's team, there'll be 3 of them at the Olympics, has to be prepared to get Mike to that 200 kilometer mark. He'll have 34 kilometers to go till the end after that. So one of the guys will be dedicated to getting him all his water, covering anything that might happen. If he has a mechanical, going back for him so that he doesn't have to expend any extra energy before he gets to the place where it's his job. Confusing sport in that way. Confusing to try and explain. Some of it's just steeped in tradition. Those of you who've looked into the archives of pro racing will know that the Tour de France, they used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do 13-hour, 15-hour stages. Haven't quite let that go. Okay, guys, this is your last big one. You're bringing it up to 100 RPM. In 2, in 1, up, up. Come on. Little bit at the high end. For some of us, generating this power. 45 seconds to go. Come on. Quick feet, quick feet. Turn it over. Going with this move. Halfway there, 30 seconds. Awesome job, guys, come on. All the way, everyone. Committed to this push. One little break, then our final 3 efforts. Focus on this right now. Past our imaginary finish line. Come on, you got it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back to 50%, not all the way down. Recover, recover. 50%. Efficient cadence. We're doing those 3 last hard efforts again. If you have to drop more than 50% right now, take a little piece for yourself and then come back. Remember how hard it feels to go to this kind of effort from just sitting up and relaxing. So take a little bit. You're going to go in just over a minute. This is the last thing we'll do today. This is a confidence builder. Knowing you can do this at the end, good for up here. Consistently, the support people, coaches, everyone I'm talking to, and we're talking about the current wave of athletes, resistance to the fatigue, and your head, having confidence. And the one thing, back to Michael, and I'll keep prompting you guys to be ready to watch the race, but back to Michael, he says he's only going for gold. It's great to hear that sort of confidence. And he knows he can do it from the stats. He knows he can do it from what he's been doing right in the season. Okay, climbing cadence again. 70 to 80, dropping it down. First 2 minutes, start bringing the gear up. We're going in just over 5 seconds. Come on now, big commitment. 3 efforts to go. In 2, 1, come on. Push, 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 push. Get into it. Legs feel soggy. Everyone's legs feel soggy. That's part of it. Watch your shoulders. Eyes forward. 70 to 80 cadence, wherever you like to be. Getting used to building your climbing proficiency. Come on, keep it going, guys. Ankles moving. Pressure against the pedals. Consistent, hard pressure. Almost at our halfway point. Come on, guys, drive it. Drive it. 60 seconds to go. We're all gonna come out of this phase in our training stronger, faster, way more capable. Come on, eyes up. Keep your eyes on the trail, on the road, on the landmarks. on the back of that person you're chasing down. Less than 30 seconds now. Come on. Driving with those big muscles. Into the power stroke. Up and around. 10. Come on, guys. Push. Push. Last 5. 3, 2, and easy. This time you can go easy. Recover, recover. Short breaks. Short breaks. Building that resistance to fatigue. Not just physically, mentally. We all want to sit and lollygag a little bit longer. I'm with ya. 30 more seconds. Back into the same thing. 2 more of those. Second one. Bye, Donna. Here we go. Start finding your cadence. Start finding your cadence. Start finding that comfortable place. Now you're bringing up the gear. Going in 5. Second last. 2, 1, come on. Right into it again. Glutes, driving, power down with the quads. Into your feet. You can feel your calves engaged as you drop your heel, pulling into the back of the pedal stroke up and around. Hamstrings now. There's lots to pull up with the hamstrings. Hip flexors. Come on, keep on it. Play around with the cadence if you want. Anywhere 70 to 80. Anywhere in your climbing range. This is the end of your climbing day or your climbing mission. These last 2 efforts. 1 more minute. Come on. This is a challenge with your teammates. The challenge with your teammates. We'll get in Mike's head and think about how 2 guys have just slaughtered themselves all day, 200 kilometers for him. Probably one of them not even finishing the race. And now he has 30K that he can't let go. Can't let go. You only owe it to yourself. But try and think about little things like that. What would you do? 10 seconds, come on. Keep it going. Keep it going. Last 5 seconds. Little break coming up. 2, 1. Come on, grab it. Quickly. Get on that recovery. Teach yourself. A little break in the pace. A little break in the pace. This is our big assault on the finish. Keep some rhythm. Grab some leg speed while you're getting a break here. 30 seconds. Okay, start thinking about your climbing cadence. I'll get you to push it up at the end. Let's push it right for final attack. Back in that mode. Back in that feeling of responsibility. To our teammates, to ourselves. 70 to 80 cadence. 85%, no less. In 3, 2, 1. Last 2-minute push, come on. Crank it over. Crank it over. Find it. Keep it. You're following a wheel right now. You're following a wheel. Just do what they do. How to be there to to launch. You don't follow what they do now, you can't be there. Come on, everyone. Get a little fierce. Think you can, think you can. We're closing in on 60 seconds. Play with your cadence if you want. Come on, everyone. You're gonna give me that last minute now. This is the 3 guys on the top of the climb. They'll be rolling to the finish line for the medals. You're in there. Come on, everyone, 45 seconds. Push it up a little bit. Push it up. A little bit of cadence up. Last 30 seconds to make it over the crest. Don't want any of those other people around. Just the 3 of you. Come on. Drive it. Drive it. Over the top. 20 seconds. Come on, you got it, you got it. Feel that power, feel how good it feels. Riding them off your wheel. Less than 10. All the way now, come on. 5, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew. Whew. Recover, recover. Nice leg speed, no gear. You don't actually have to sprint for the finish line. Save that for another day. We'll practice that. The other thing that's really interesting, I'm covering mountain bike and road races, time trial as well, and some of the crossovers, really interesting. You know, I watched women's road race the other day. The whole Swiss national mountain bike team, Olympic team, were in the road race. Each day, one of them actually was in a breakaway and had a significant, they didn't win the stage, but significant result. So that's pretty cool. And then of course we've got the phenoms that we know about from cyclocross that are coming into road and mountain bike and causing some disruption in the ranks, let's say. Fun to watch. I'm gonna try and do, a build-up series, some videos, just talking to people in and around. I'll let you know about those. And our own guys are heading over to Europe, our own race team, and doing some of the biggest U23 races on the planet coming up in August, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, everybody, we are doing our Gravel Explorer series with the BC Bike Race Gravel Explorer event that's happening in the fall. So we're doing some rides and anyone's welcome to come, even if you're not planning on the event. First one is Pitt Meadows this weekend, so it'll be fairly flat and open. There are some technical sections, but it's still kind of at the really doable part. And it'll build up over the weeks, doing some harder courses, different terrain. Okay, so for this workout, that's a wrap.